Hey, Shama UFC. We're gonna be using Julio Cesar Chavez in this video on Undisputed. I've recently been using him a bit more often. I deleted and reinstalled my app, and the tracking feels a lot better. So I'm actually able to land a lot of my body shots. So it's feeling really good. Like it feels really good at lightweight to use Julio Cesar because he's not too undersized for most of the people besides like Terrence Crawford and Sugar Ray Robinson, but it's not too bad to deal with. You know, as long as you work your way inside with the jab a little bit. But yeah, there's some points in this fight where I was getting countered with a jab, but I was landing my punch, so I was kind of confused on the counter. But look at that, we already get a body rock very early in the first round. We're just teeing off to the body and we drop him. Now right there, that's an instant 10-8 for me. So for the most part, what I like to do, you know, we were getting countered a little bit, so I just like to hang back and loose footwork if I do get a drop on somebody. I use loose footwork for like when I get 10-8s or when I'm in survival mode and Canelo just landed like 6 body shots on me and I need to move. That's when I like to use it. Or towards the end of the rounds, depending if I'm up on the cards later in the fight. But I don't personally like using it like how some people use it. It is a bit more dangerous too because you could get dropped more often depending. I don't know, sometimes I feel like I drop people in loose footwork, like when they're doing it against me. Then there's just fights where they eat a ton of damage with almost no penalties. I guess you could chalk that up to desync. But yeah, we're getting closer and closer to that December patch, so let's just pray and hope that it fixes out most of these problems. Some of it's gonna be the quick glitch for PlayStation and quick tracking, another big one. You know, some people are having better experiences with tracking than others. I reinstalled the app and it feels about 80% better. There's some matches where we have desync and I'm just not landing as much as I do in 80% of my other fights. But yeah, Julio is a menace in lightweight because that's like pretty much his best stats. Like he's gonna be the quickest there. I think he's better in featherweight. I think so, but unfortunately that's not an online playable mode. We're getting countered quite a few times, but when you guys are using a pocket boxer, you're gonna get tagged up a bit, you know. You're just gonna have to, especially early on, you know, you gotta get the feeling of what your opponent likes to throw. So, you know, I'm trying to circle and try to see if I can open up some counters, kind of get a timing on what he wants to throw. Our opponent's being fairly unpredictable, so that's why I'm trying to, that's why I'm using the jab and resetting. I just don't know he's gonna throw. I just, you know, it's very early in the fight. Even though our health is getting a little bit lower, we're trying to punish him because when he's throwing multiple punches like this without resetting, I know for one thing, his short-term stamina is going to be low. And the cool part about Julio Cesar, he has smoking left hook too, punches and bunches too, and liver destroyer. So liver destroyer paired up with punches and bunches, if you're able to land multiple liver shots in consecutive combos, it is really deadly. Especially if you're opening up with like a jab or two, and then you start with a body shot, because I believe the jabs take the lowest amount of stamina and it activates punches and bunches. So if you want the full effect of punches and bunches, you know, do a double jab and then a hook, or a double jab and a punch. So by the time you land that first punch or that first hook to the body, it's going to be plus 6 to 9% potentially. I believe that's how it works. It stacks 3%. So like the first jab starts it up, the second jab is like the 3% boost, and then anything that comes after that is the another 3% after that. I believe so. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that. Smoking left hook just increases our chances of a flash knockdown. And his hooks are very high. I believe they're like 90 something, 93. He also has really good counter punching. So on top of all that, look at that. We hit him with a nasty liver shot on the exit. And we just go up we go down low and we go high with it and we just mix it up. You have to be really fast with that so people aren't blocking everything you throw. If you're throwing big combos up top, people are just going to block low. Block high, and they're going to be moving their head. It's going to be hard to get a knockdown. But if you're throwing, like, a body hook, a head hook, a 1-2-3 into more body hooks, and you're just kind of throwing, like, high lows or low highs, whatever you want to start with, it's going to be very hard for them to block everything and move the right way. So usually you can get those knockdowns. That's what I like to do. Sometimes it's hard to catch up to people, but what I do is I hold L1 and I flick towards them. It runs towards them, but sometimes it doesn't always work well. Sometimes people can still walk away without getting punched. So, like I said, these are things that I feel like are going to be fixed. I really hope so. This is a cool little trick. Look at that. We hit him with a counter right hand and we drop him with a mean combo. Going high, low, and going back down low. Perfect. Basically what I did was I was in loose footwork and I knew he was getting overzealous with his combos. So then the last 10 seconds or so, I turned it off. And I sat down some combos when he had no short-term stamina. And boom, we get a perfect counter and we drop him with body shots. All right, we're going to move on to the next fight. It's against another Julio Cesar. So we know our fighter. So we know we have to be careful with those liver shots, his hooks, especially his lead hand. Look at that. We get some counter shots right there. Try to tee off, but we do get interrupted by a hook. For the most part, guys, like when you are pocket boxing, it's good to reset and use the jab to enter back in. Because if you guys are using big hooks and uppercuts to enter the pocket or overhands, you're going to get yourself tired. So try to use the jab and the body jab to get in the range. But once you're in the range, look at that. We hit him with a couple liver shots right there. And we're just going to keep mixing it up. Double up to the body, go up top and drop them. That's exactly what you have to do with Julio. Once you start hurting people, you got to just unload confusing combos so it overloads their brain and you could get knockdowns and land clean shots. But for the most part, I do go loose footwork if I do get a knockdown because, why waste extra stamina and health? You guys have to remember, 8 rounds is very short. I believe they're going to change this, or at least give us the option for 10 to 12 rounders. So you guys have to get used to fighting at a real boxing pace. Because sure, I could knock him down again. And I could box with him this entire minute and 30 seconds I had left. But at what cost, Then what's my stamina and health going to look like at round 7 in case this guy survives? Because some guys are really, really good at getting up. And it's going to put you in a bad spot. Especially if you get flat-footed. I see plenty of people get flat-footed halfway into an 8-rounder. So learning pace is very important. Oh, don't get me wrong. Sometimes when I'm playing by myself, I can go a little bit crazy, get gassed. It all happens. I'm still new to this game too. So I unfortunately haven't been playing much. I've been playing a lot more UFC 5. They've been doing really good updates, fixing damage and stamina. It's been really fun over there. But yeah, I love healthy competition. It's making EA drop better updates for UFC 5, and hopefully, they have the same motivation. Talking about SCI, hopefully they have the same motivation that they gotta go against EA, one of the biggest gaming studios in the world. Yeah, I lost my wording. Sorry, yo. Look at that, devastating combo. We end up dropping him again. He's being very reckless, overthrowing, and on top of counter-punching, the punches and bunches kick in, the liver destroyer kicks in. So when I'm landing body shots like that in big combos, it just does devastating damage. So we're going to apply some pressure a little, because we do know when they get up, it doesn't mean they fully recovered their health. Their health is still low, and look, he throws a few power shots, so we know that short-term is low. We're going to stay on the pressure. Look at this. Yeah, this one, I think that was a little bit of desync, but I've had it go the wrong way for me, so I'm happy it went the right way for me for once. But Yeah, we do get another knockdown. I believe this is our third knockdown. And this guy's a warrior. This is what I mean. See, he gets up again. If I was wasting too much stamina on bigger combos, I could get gas. But look at that, he's still rocked. Look at this. We're just gonna rip massive hook combos going high low, and we just drop him again before the round's over, which is devastating. But yeah, good fight from our opponent though. It's fun if you're not playing cheesy, it's fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please tune into our future videos. I do upload every day.